Developing web applications with Clojure and Ring is mostly a very enjoyable experience. Unless something bad happens, then it's not as enjoyable. And this page is not really very helpful. And Clojure stack traces are notoriously long and filled with irrelevant information. So I sat down with a friend of mine to write a middleware which would make this page a little bit more helpful. So to use it, you import prone as in error prone, and then there's a middleware that you can refer. It's called wrap exceptions. Pop it onto your middleware stack somewhere, and then revalidate your application, reload this page, and boom, something more helpful. So what have we got here? We've got a stack trace to the left here, which is formatted in a more readable way, and more importantly, it's filtered so that by default you only see the frames that relate to your app. You can browse them like this and see the actual source code location. At least as well as we can get from Clojure, because it turns out that Clojure stack traces don't always give you the exact line where things fail. If you do need the whole stack trace, it's still available here, and you can wander around source code for your libraries and for Clojure itself if you want to do that. Let's see if we have some Clojure here. Yeah, whatever. And then there's also the request map here, which usually contains lots of information that might be interesting. It tries to render stuff in line as much as possible, but when that's not possible, like with the headers, you can actually click and navigate this data structure. And then you can go back, go into this one, and you can take a look at everything that's available. So, but there's more to this middleware. Let's say that our exception, which we should find if we, there we go, throw exception. If we change this to a xinfo, then we can provide some data with that, which many libraries do. And then that data will also, oh sorry, I didn't revalidate. And then that data will also become browsable. So if this contains huge data structures, you will be able to navigate it much like I did down here. And you can navigate them individually from each other. So that might be useful. So one more thing about this middleware is that you don't have to throw an exception to be able to browse data like this. You can also just tell, let's say that we fix this error here. And then we just return something, hello. So this says hello, but I still want to debug. And we can do just put in debug, and then we'll be back at the, oh, we have to refer the debug function. Prone, debug, debug. There we go. And then we're back at this page. And the debug function may also take some data if you want to be able to look at that. And you can see it here, debug data. Perhaps more interestingly, you can call debug multiple times if you want to take a look at what's going on. So let's say we throw one in here as well. Now this is within a function, and the function argument here is a local binding, which the debug call is able to actually pick up. So you'll see that we have two frames now, and the first one actually has local bindings, which is the function argument here. And then you can browse the request map and take a look at what it's got going for it at the point of time when it was encountered here. And just to show you one more example from a from another app that has some more data in it, let's say we just drop in a call to debug here. Now this app uses lots of in-memory data. Yeah, same problem all over again. Spit prone, debug, debug. Now it says debug halt. This page looks a little bit slow because it has lots of data in memory, but you can see now we can take a look at the argument APIs, which contains lots of data. 13 items, 15 keys. You can click through, and it gets built up a path up here, which you can navigate through to go back. So that's it. So this is prone. It's quite stable already. It handles lots of different kinds of data, and we're hoping that you'll find it useful, and maybe you want to contribute back to it if you see some areas where it can improve. So you can get it from Clojure with just prone, like I showed you. You can check out the GitHub repo if you want to report issues or maybe help us out, or just check out the source code. You'll find us on Twitter, or you can just email us directly. Thanks for your time.